Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit about my own self-care concept map and the different things that are important to me. So some of the things that you want to take note of is that a self-care concept map is not going to look the same for everyone. It's actually going to look really different. You could create a self-care concept map by hand with paper and pen. You could do it on a board. You can use sticky notes. You can do it on a PowerPoint. You could do it however you want. Be creative with the way that you create self-care concept maps and make sure that when you come back to them, because you will come back to these self-care concept maps throughout your nursing education and your time over at PLU, that you can remember and you'll be able to make the connections between each of your concepts. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and start mine here. My middle circle is going to be self-care. Now, the different things that drive my self-care would include my family. Also, what drives my self-care is going to be exercise. And then finally, what drives my self-care is my quiet time. I don't know about you guys, but I love my quiet time. Let's go ahead and start with family. Now, when I look at family and when I think about my self-care and what that looks like with family, I just love spending time with my family. I love being able to take that time with my children and my husband. Some of the things that we love to do is we love to watch movies, more particularly comedies. We love comedy. That is something we all have in common in our family. I love comedies. In addition to comedies, some other things that I love doing is I just love going on hikes with them. And then I love going on hikes with the whole entire family because it gives us a time to be with each other and to talk. And another thing that I love doing with my family is I just love going camping with them. Again, it's just another way that I can focus directly on them. Some of the things that I love for quiet time is I'm going to say my time for devotional. I like my time that I can spend really in the Word and just being able to have that relationship with God during my quiet times. I also love baths. I was never a bath person, but then I became a bath person. I love being able to take aromatherapy baths and just being able to just truly have some quiet time and time for me to just decompress. And finally, I love massage. I like taking that time to really just focus on me, and I don't do it often enough, but when I do, I come out really refreshed and feeling like I can start over again whenever I get a massage. As far as my exercise goes, definitely falling short on this, but I love running. Particularly with my dog. Probably because my dog is what drives me to run. Oftentimes he's there right by me, but even more so he's in front of me, and so he's pulling me as I have him the leash around my waist, and I'm like, okay, I guess if you're going, I'm going. In addition to running, with my exercises, again, I love hiking. Now, I have hiking right over here with my family, and so the way that I could connect this is by making my connection between different things. So the hikes, that really gets me going, right? And that's a part of exercise. So if I spend time with family and I go hiking, I'm hitting some of my exercise and my running time, as well as spending time with my family, which is a double. And that's awesome. So that looks like I'm going to have to go on more hikes with my family because it will provide me with the self-care that I really need. In addition, something else that connects me to running is the quiet time that I actually have. I know that sounds a little off, but really when I run, I could think about so much. Sometimes I have my music going and it just depends on what mood I'm in, but there's a lot of connections that I can make here with my running and my exercise. I can fit in my quiet time when I'm running. In addition, many times I'll listen to my Christian contemporary music when I'm running, and that helps me to be able to think and to be able to really drive my time for devotional, quiet time, being able to find that relationship that I'm yearning for and that I want. And so that hits that as well. Now, when I look at this, I look at where my family time is, and I can also say that when we go camping, we try to go areas where there's a lot of trails, there's bike trails, there's walking trails, there's a lot of different trails that we could go on. And so when I think about my family time, not only is camping a priority, but I can also hit my hikes during my family time as well. So now I'm going to make a connection between my hikes and my camping. Now, as I take time to study this concept map and my own feelings of self-care, I take a look at it and I really see if there's any other connections that can be made. Now, there's probably some far stretches here, but I think that I've made the main connections that I could right now. Now, when I'm looking at my particular connections, I want to see where a lot of it is pointing to. So when I look at this, and I'm going to go ahead and change my color here so we could take a look. I see here that running has two main connections. It allows me to meet my need with some time for devotional and Christian music, as well as my quiet time. I also see opportunity for leading different self-care techniques. So I could start off with saying, hey, I love going camping with my family, and during camping we have this opportunity to take hikes, which not only meets my family time need of camping and hiking, but also meets my need of exercise and the exercise that I yearn for and that I want in order to really focus on my self-care. And so while all of these things are important to me, and that I want to make sure that I hit all of them, like I definitely do want to go on for a massage, as often as possible, or, watch that movie with my kids and my husband. I think that if I can prioritize this right here, which is running, so that this way I could meet a lot of the things that I'm looking at, running, that devotional time, and that quiet time. And then I could go ahead and identify how I could continue to schedule more time with my family through camping. Then I could meet my needs of camping, hikes, and exercise. And what this told me a lot about myself is that there are things that I can focus on. I can't do all of this, and I get it. I don't have the time to do every single point of the self-care all the time. But there are different types of self-care that I can prioritize that will meet several of my needs. And that's exactly what I want you to find out about yourself through this self-care map. I want you to be able to be creative in the way that you're looking at what self-care is to you, and to identify the connections between each self-care concept, and even go into further depth if you need to. Even if I say, for example, running, how long or how often or how many times a week do I want that? From this concept map, you can then make goals. How often do I want to make sure that this occurs? How often do I want to run per week? And how often do I want to schedule a camping trip with my family? Right now, those are the two things that I want to prioritize. And that's all from creating this self-care concept map. So this is the exercise that you're going to do. This is the exercise that I'm giving you, and just an exemplar of how a concept map can be created. And I hope that you have fun with this. And I'm excited to see the different things that you create. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.